Morning, Mr. Brune. Yeah, it's a beauty. March 1974, 6002. Okay, she's been polished a bit. So cosmetically, dial and hands are great. Cosmetically, the biggest issue is this case. It's kind of beaten up and rough. And I was digging through my stuff. And I said, well, you know, I'm sure I might have a better mid case. So you included some goodies when you sent this over. I was thinking about doing this for you. 2 cases to choose from. I have more, but these are like, these I chose because they were in original condition, with original top brushing, and with some wear, but not beaten. I don't know. I think this one is nicer. Is it? Wait, what's up with that lug? Nope, I think this is the one. We're going to go ahead and get that. I think that's going to be a nice one, and that'll clean up beautifully. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. So there you go. Cool. Well, let's get to pulling this thing apart. No time like the present. Okay. It's weird, the screw with the bridge wore itself a little spot there. Isn't that wild? I'm trying to mark my spots so I know when I'm in camera. I don't want to have any more repeats of that last video where everybody was upset. because they couldn't see the horrible mistakes I was making. Whatever else the hell it is that I do with watches. It's just, I'm not happy. Not happy. Blinding people. Okay. Dirty. I have to soak a lot of this stuff. This watch has been apart more than once. Yeah, like, wow. It's interesting. Phew, dirty. Yeah, look at all the scunge on this. Wow. Sheesh. This thing got worn a lot without service. Holy cow. Wow, it's so dirty. I mean, that's really, really, really crazy dirty. And yet, being a Seiko, it still runs. Why is this tube so far up? Ancient old nasty seals. Gross. Yeah, look at the gasket on this crown. It's completely flattened. Wow. Yep, it comes off in pieces. Well, that's what's left of the crown gasket there. I'll do the buttons right now. I was going to be later. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm doing it right now. Let me crack those off. Where is that basket? Boy. Bent button. Another dead gasket. You'll get those back and you can play with them. Have all kinds of fun, I'm sure. There we go. It resets just like half a second to before. Ooh, it's a Brazilian day wheel. Wow, you don't see that too often. Dial is dated January 1974. Right where we want to be. Dial's in nice shape. Nice shape. Yeah, look at that. I didn't notice that Brazilian day wheel. Isn't that cool? Where is my movement holder? Where'd it go? That one's in there. Well, I'm a little flummoxed. Wow. Magnetized much? Look at that. Crazy. Okay, minute counter's working. Hey, that looks pretty decent. Yep, that's some magnetization. Pretty clean. Lots of extra oil. Dirty. A lot of the S2 worked out into that there. I'm going to have to hand clean that first before I do anything. And here we go. Here it is, your chronograph wheel, the big deal. Boy, everything is just magnetized like crazy. Yeah, lots and lots of grease and oil. Look, there's so much oil and grease. It's like there's liquid oil on the center wheel. Yee. Wow. There's something gross that came out of that. I bet you that somebody just opened the barrel and they just put oil in there, and it just worked itself up into a lather. Oh yeah, that's dirty. Look at that slop. Wow. Okay. Nice unfaded wheel too. Beauty. Where's that movement ring? Spring? Movement ring? Oh, I put it in the thing to cool down, all right? Okay, let's pull apart this mainspring. Ooh, what a gooey mess. Gnarly. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't take the mainspring out or clean it or anything. They just opened it up and they dumped oil on top of it and closed it up again. And you get this mix of all the different things and metal particles and everything. And it's just rough. It's gnarly. Hey, look at your mainspring. Can you see this? Look at how coned it is. Wow, I've never seen one as bad as that. Like literally, I've never seen one as bad as that. God, is this even the right mainspring? Jeez, that's impossible. That's nuts. I guarantee you, you need a new mainspring. That's junk. The whole thing is tweaked. Wow. I want to make sure you're seeing that. Look at that. I've never seen one like this. I don't think it's the right mainspring. I think it's too thin. I'm going to have to measure it. Speaking of mainspring madness, I wonder if somebody put in the wrong mainspring. It's a lot lighter. It's not as wide, I don't think. Wow, that's bananas. Crazy talk. Okay, that mainspring is definitely 100% junk. So, okay, we'll go from there. I've got to do your lower mainspring arbor port. I got to put in the upper mainspring arbor jewel. I have to hand clean all this stuff. Got to pull your case apart. When I come back, unless I have something weird happening, I'll come back and the movement will be, I'll be good to go. Wow, is that dirty? Okay, see you on the flip side. Okay, we are together. Let us see what we've got going on. No idea what we're gonna get. Well, apparently we're getting some bead error. And it's not running very well. Well, I'm not a fan of that bead error. Let's get rid of it. I'm gonna take down the beat real quick first, and then I'm gonna run that beat error back, which effectively shortens the hairspring, which makes it gain, and looks like I'm going the right way. These are just rough cuts. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to go back in and look at stuff because those initial numbers are terrible. Well, I'm not going to dig in it now. It's the end of the day. I'm going to let this thing run overnight. Once this chronograph stopped. chronograph running. Yeah, something's seriously wrong. I gotta go back in there and look at it. Yeah, something's bad. Okay, I gotta go back in. Okay, first thing I did was I demagnetized it. So I haven't done anything else. I just demagnetized it. Let's I think I'm going to run out of road. No, something's grinding. I don't buy these numbers at all. The watch is barely running. Something's wrong. These numbers are not real. Thing's barely running. Let me try that again. See, I'm getting anything out of this now. It won't run at all. Wow. I'm manually putting power into it. I just want to see what I can see. So I'm force winding it so it's like super power. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong in there. Yeah, there's something really seriously unhappy in there. There's no way that thing is, it's not running at 236. It simply isn't. It's probably running in the 140s. See all this stuff, something is dragging. Yeah, okay, I gotta go back in. Okay, I went through and did a deep dive and looked again, and I found a fiber that had snuck in there. So something was indeed dragging. And it was a little fiber, tiny fiber, itty bitty teeny tiny fiber. Yep. Okay, let me clean up this signal if I can. Too much. more bead error. Let me get that out. Oh, a little too ambitious. Dial it back. Get that bead error down. Love to. There, did I nail it? Good. Okay, well, I'm going to let that run in overnight. Put that right there. Okay, we got good steady amplitude. I'm gonna let it run in. I'm not gonna fool with it anymore. This, by the way, I did replace your entire barrel, mainspring barrel and arbor. I replaced all of that. Stuff was junk. Okay, good. All right, that's the end. Shut it down. And there we are. Looking all clean and fresh, so fresh and so clean. There's that new case. So you can see it's got that same misalignment it had when it came in. I did my best. It's a little better. It's a little improved. The reset, as you see, is light. It's a light reset, which is how I set them. But if you press it really hard, it goes back to where it ought to. I have for you, here's your original case. Right there, it's all ready to go. Here are the parts and everything else. You had a bad button, by the way. This button had been bent and repaired before, and part of the, it's supposed to be round all the way around in the end, but this side had snapped off because it had been folded a few times. Your barrel was just junk. I'm not going to even fiddle with that. So there's your barrel, there's your arbor, and here is your super tweaked mainspring. You're going to get all this stuff back, and you can play with it and have all the fun in the world. Ring turns smoothly and nicely. It came out pretty great. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you will be too. Okay. Thank you much.